Hi, welcome to Extend Office channel. Here this video will step-by-step introduce different ways to create a drop-down list in Excel. In this video, you can learn how to create a drop-down list in 6 different ways, and can also know how to edit the error alert and input message as you need. Create a drop-down list by manually input. If you do not want a workbook or arrange to place the source list, manual inputting is a good method. Select the cells that you want to place the drop-down list, click Data tab, and click Data Validation. Choose List from Allow drop-down list. Type the items that you want to display in the drop-down list in the source section. Separate them by a comma. Click OK. Now the drop-down list has been created. Create a drop-down list from a range of cells. To create a drop-down list based on a range of values, please follow these steps. Select the cells that you want to place the drop-down list, click Data tab, and click Data Validation. Choose List from Allow drop-down list. Click Selection icon to select the source list in the source section. Click OK. Now the drop-down list has been created. Create a drop-down list by Kutools for Excel. Create simple drop-down list of Kutools for Excel can let you quickly and easily create a drop-down list with fewer clicks. If you do not have Kutools, please install it firstly. Here is how to do.
Select cells to place the drop-down list.
Click Kutools tab and click Drop-down List, create simple drop-down list. Select the range of cells that you want to show in the drop-down list. Click OK. The drop-down list is created. Apart from this feature, there are other handy features in Kutools for creating advanced drop-down lists easily, such as create a dependent drop-down list, a drop-down list with multiple selections, a drop-down list with checkboxes, create a drop-down list from a table. If you want to create a dynamic expandable drop-down list that updates automatically as you add or remove items from the source list, you should place the source data into an Excel table. Select the source list. Click Insert Table. In the Create Table dialog, please tick My Table has headers if the selection includes column header. Click OK. The source list is converted to a table. Select the cells that you want to place the drop-down list. Click Data tab, then click Data Validation. Choose List from Allow drop-down list. Click Selection icon to select the source list in the source section. Remember to exclude the header. Click OK. The drop-down list is created. To enable automatic updating of the drop-down list, when new items are added to a table, follow these steps. Click on the last item in the table, and press the Enter key to move to the next cell. Type the new item in the cell and press Enter key, and it will automatically be included in the drop-down list. Create a drop-down list from a range name. If you will create drop-down lists in multiple sheets based on a same source list, I recommend you to create a range name for the source list for easily reference to. Create a range name for the source list. Select the source list. Go to the name box, which is beside the formula bar. Type a name for it. Press Enter key to finish. Select the cells that you want to place the drop-down list. Click Data tab, then click Data Validation. Choose List from Allow drop-down list. In the source text box, type an equal sign. Then follow the range name. Or press F3 to select the range name to the text box. Click OK. The drop-down list is created. Create a drop-down list from another workbook. If the source list and the to-be-created drop-down list are in the different workbook, an alert will pop out when you try to create a drop-down list. Here this part will tell you how to create a drop-down list from another workbook. In the source workbook, select the source items. Go to the name box, which is next to the formula bar. Type a name for it. Press Enter key to finish. Go to the workbook, which will create a drop-down list. Click Formula tab. Then click Define Name. Type a name in the name box, such as items. In the Refer to text box, type an equal sign and followed by the source workbook name and the name you defined for the source list. Click OK. Select the cells that you want to place the drop-down list. Click Data tab and click Data Validation. Choose List from Allow drop-down list. Type an equal sign and followed by the name. Click OK. The drop-down list is created. Note, if the source workbook is closed, the drop-down list cannot work. Edit Error Alert in drop-down list. By default, the drop-down list only allows values contained in the list to be entered into a cell. When you enter a value that does not exist in the drop-down list and press Enter key, an error alert will show up. If you want to allow users to type other values and stop the error alert showing, you can do as these. Select the drop-down list cells. Click Data Validation under Data tab. Click Error Alert tab. Untick the Show Error Alert after invalid data is entered checkbox. Click OK. Now when users type other values, there is no error alert showing up. If you want to allow users to type other values, but also show an alert for reminding them, you can do as these. Select the drop-down list cells. Click Data Validation under Data tab. Click Error Alert tab. Keep the Show Error Alert after invalid data is entered checkbox ticked. Choose information from the style list. Specify the title and error message. Click OK. Now when users type other values, a dialog pops out to remind. Click OK to remain the typed value.
Edit input message in drop-down list.
When creating a drop-down list, you can add an input message to remind users to select items from the drop-down list when selecting a cell, or other information you want to show. Select the drop-down list cells. Click Data Validation under Data tab. Click Input Message tab. Keep the Show Input Message when cell is selected checkbox ticked. Specify the title and input message. Click OK. Now, when users select the cell of drop-down list, a yellow text box with information you provided shows up. Thanks for watching.